Alright, now that we've done the introduction to the user dashboard and we've also showed a bit about the user dashboard screen, so let's talk about how to add a new user. So if you want to add a new user, so how do you add a new user? So the first thing I'm going to there are actually two ways that you can actually add a new user. So you can either click the button here, the add new button here, or you click on the add new button here. So let me just start from the beginning. So let's say I'm right there in my dashboard. So this is the WordPress backend dashboard, and you navigate to the users, which is here. So once you can navigate to the user, it's going to show you the user screen here, and you can click on the button here, the add new button here, or you can click on add new here. So I'm just going to make use of this one here, and when you click on add new, it's going to take you to where you can create a brand new user and add them to the current website. So there are a lot of feeds that you can see there. As you can see, that there are feeds that you need to fill in before you can create a user, but there are some feeds that are very important that you fill them out before you are able to add the new user, and there are some feeds that are optional. So wherever you see this, where the roles required, that means it is important before you proceed. It is important that you fill in. So we have the username, which is required, we have the email, which is required, and the rest of the details that doesn't have required means they are optional to fill. That is, the WordPress is going to generate it's going to automatically generate details, or they can fill them later. So now let's say I want to add a new username to a brand new user to this site, and I want to have a name as so let's say I want to have a name as Amina 508. So I want to have it as Amina 508, and our email is going to be amina508@tuamworld.com. So, and our first name is I can decide to actually add full details, and I can decide to leave it and let the user fill the details herself. But in this case, I'm going to fill in. So let me say our first name is Amina, and our last name is, let me just give her to World. So this is like an imaginary user, so I'm just trying to create it. So our website, so I can fill in, I can leave that for filling later. So the password there, we can actually generate a password, or we can generate a password. So we can either generate a password, or we type in our own password. So if I click on generate password, that means this password will be what the user will be using, and I can also delete it and give the username a password itself. So Amina #125 at, so I can delete that, or I can simply click on generate password to generate a password. So this box here means sending user notification. So when this box is checked, so it's going to send the new user email in their account that they have been registered to this site. So I want to leave that as checked so that the user can be notified that I'm creating a profile for him or her. And the role, so here we have different roles for WordPress. So we have administrator, we have editor, we have author, we have contributor, we have subscriber, we have customer, shop manner, wholesale customer. But this is actually based because this is actually not you might actually not always have this and this, but you are always going to have subscriber, contributor, author, editor, and administrator. So attached to this tutorial video is a resource where you can learn about what each of these roles, how they work. So you can be able to read the resources and learn how they work. So let's say I want to make the new user an editor. So I'm going to click editor here and click on add new user. So it's going to add the new user to my site, and here, as you can see, so now I now have a new user, which is Amina 548. I have her full name here, I have her email here, I have the role, and because she has not written any post here, so I have the post here. So that's all about how to add a new user to your dashboard.